Hey there, hey there, hey there, Ivan Katz at the University of Central Florida's disc golf course. It's called RWC Disc Golf Course. Not sure why. If you know, let me know in the comments. But University of Central Florida, I'm gonna play around. No editing today, totally live. So good or bad, you're gonna see my shots. I'm gonna tell you why I'm throwing, what disc I'm throwing and why I'm throwing it. And I'll talk about the flight numbers and how to play the game of disc golf. So let's get going. Smash that like button and subscribe. I do have a Patreon too if you'd like to contribute. It's expensive to travel and do these disc golf videos, but hey, either way, just smash that like button and subscribe and that'll help me out too. All right, let's get going. This is number one, just an open field, 87 yards. There you go, just multiply by 3. So 261 feet, and good way to start. Got to be aware of the water over here just in case. But what should I throw? I'll start with the old faithful Crank SS. This is like a warm-up, first throw. Haven't practiced, haven't loosened my arm up, so it could be scary. We'll see what happens. Oh yeah, too straight. Let's throw another one because we're just warming up. Why not? That's pretty flippy disc. This is more overstable. This should finish to the right a little bit more. This is also a crank. It's a big Z crank, but that's a Crank SS, understable. This one's more stable. That means if I give it hyzer, it should stay on a hyzer. Right hand, backhand, it would just fade off to the left. So not a good one to throw for a dog leg right, in my opinion. Still crazy short. Still loosening up my arm. Let me see what else I can throw at this thing. Let's try this one. Starlight Boss. Interesting. Anything else? Well, let's go with, see how this one goes, a river. Huh. Super straight. Again, just loosening up my arm here. This is too flippy, but I'll try to throw it. Viking. Yeah. Nice and straight, turns over beautifully. Understable. That's the third number on the discs. And that means it'll turn over, get nice and stable for you. This one also does the same thing. This one here. So I'll have to throw it out to the right here, hope it turns back to the left. See? That's a Leopard, very flippy Leopard. I guess I could throw one more. D2. Oh. Now they say you should throw nose down. And when I say they, I mean myself too. You should throw these discs nose down. If you're throwing nose up, they're going to tend to fade off too quickly and things like that. So you want to throw them at a good angle. However, this one is very flippy and I'm trying to get it to curve that way. So I'm going to give this a lot of hyzer. See if I can get it to turn over and S-curve towards the basket. Yeah, actually probably threw that one a little too low, but that's a king, a very flippy king. Let's go see how they did. Just warming up the arm, as I said. Well, not very good, honestly, today with my noodly arm. There's the D2. There's the river. Over here we have the, what is that one? Geez, that's the King. That's terrible. There's the crank, big Z crank. And then I think, one of the better ones is this, well, there's my crank SS, and there is my Viking, I believe, over there. Right there, the Viking. Crank SS, and in here, the Leopard. Even more hyzer, and I would have been probably a little closer to the basket. But I'll just play best one in for this one. Still a terribly long putt. But let's see what I can do with my little flippy Leopard here. This one wasn't so bad either, the Starlight Boss. Not too bad. Oh, that's pretty cool. You can see the moon is out to light. This daylight savings time is really kind of interesting. There's the moon. But pretty scenic on this course, I'd say, so far. It's a nice little college course. And again, the Starlight Boss, one of my faves. Well, the basket is a little off kilter, in case you're wondering. But where my bag is where my drive ended up. So let's see what I can do. Pretty far. So much for warming up for the day. Close but no cigar. Got some people waiting, so I'm going to finish off this one in a hurry. And move on to the next one. Heading to number 2. Number 2 is 231 feet. Kind of to the right. There. They are practicing and playing some sports out there on the fields. All right, let's see how I can get to this one. I think I'm going to use the Starlight Boss. Okay, let me try to make this one. Already off to a frustrating day with the putting, but there you go. That's my old 86 putter. I suggest getting something more mainstream. I love this thing though, but it's from the 80s, so it's all squishy, and it's a Frisbee Whammo 86, also known as the 80 Sink because you can make it sink kind of nicely. I love it. But I also use polecats, I use AVRs, I use used Wizards before, and the Birdie. I really like the polecat. That's my more mainstream putter that I use. But Starlight Boss, kind of throwing with a bunch of hyzer. because I wanted it to turn right. It fought, didn't fade too much until the end. Very nice. So could have had the birdie there, but I did not. On to the next one. Number 3, they're calling like 216 at 72 yards. But you got a bunch of rough trees on the left-hand side there, so pretty tough to make a flick stay that way and fade, so we'll see what I can do. Let's try the Viking. Why not? Yeah, I got held up by those trees on the corner there, but I was pretty happy with the throw until that. Okay, so the Viking, nice and flippy, and it really did kind of turn over nicely, but again, got hooked up on the corner there. Very flippy disc. Again, that's the 3rd number. First number is speed, and basically the 0s, 3s are your putters, 4, 5, 6 mid-range approach, and 7, 8, 9, those are your control fairway drivers. Easier to throw long distance. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 distance drivers, harder to control. If you find yourself not being able to, if you throw right hand backhand and the disc is not turning over, it's just fading off, or you're throwing like this with Anheuser trying to get it to go straight, move down in number. So if you're throwing like a 12, go down to like a 9. If you're throwing a 9, then go down to a 6. Then you'll be able to like turn it over. Also, if you're throwing a disc with a 3rd number that's like a -1, switch down to a disc that's -4. And that should be more flippy. Keep in mind that when they're new, they're not going to be that flippy though. Takes a while to throw them, hit some trees, wear them in a bit. DX plastic wears in quicker, so nothing wrong with DX. It's cheaper too, the cheap plastic. So, you know, don't be dissuaded by price or anything like that. Not putting very well today. Oh yeah, just not doing it. I feel like I just need to keep throwing to loosen my arm up because it's horrible. This is not a good putter. It's a wedge. It's a great disc though. Oh God. Yeah, so putting's terrible today. But you know, what you want to do is get the same putter, putt. Try to aim for the middle. If you're not throwing this high off the ground where the bottom of the basket is, you're not trying hard enough. So, try harder. I'm so frustrated, I'm going to throw the driver at it. Oh, thought I had it there. Well, the putting might not be great, but at least we're going to have a beautiful sunset tonight. Ugh. There you go. Par is better than a bogey. This one's kind of interesting. I don't see any distance or anything, but wow, there's definitely some water there. And do you just go around or do you try to throw over the water? I do love this Viking. I don't know. And that is why you never throw a disc you like over the water. I sacrificed that one. It does have my name and number on it though, so maybe I'll get it back someday. But I just wanted to show you a golden rule in disc golf. I would never, ever, ever throw that one that way with any disc I really like. Here's what I'm gonna do for this one. I'm gonna throw this one around. Even though it'll take more strokes, I don't care. Safe is always better than wet. So I have a heck of a lot of discs. I have extras in my car. I always know what number of discs I bring out. And in terms of that Viking, I have many of those. I like Vikings, but I have one that I bag more regularly than that one. And again, I would never throw anything that I love near the water. But keep track of the weight of your disc, write your name on it, and the plastic and mold and type, of course. And that way, if you lose one, you can always buy another one. And hopefully it'll behave the same way. That tree was not kind to me. A long time ago when I was playing a stereo disc golf course, it was like my second throw of the day. It was an easy shot, and I threw one of my favorite discs, what was that, a Halo Air, and it was just a horrible throw, and it barely went into the water, but I never saw it again. And they do clean that out, so I'm hoping to get it back someday, but it's been a while, over a year, and I haven't heard anything, so. But then again, I've had discs returned for me a year later, so you just never know. Now there's hazard behind this, so I'm going to play very safe. I'm going to throw it high and sink it down low, try to make it in there, or at least get close. So there you go, safe. Not trying to kill it there, because I don't want to end up in, I don't even know what's back there, so I don't want to end up in the mud and everything, so there you go. Definitely want to be safe rather than sorry. Okay. So there you go, the Viking, which is wet now, followed by this one right here, actually my Kontiki. This is a very straight disc. I hit that twig over there, and that's my fault, because this disc does exactly what you tell it to do. It doesn't have a lot of fade or turn or anything though, so you really gotta, you know, if you want it to fly like this, you throw it like that. It's not gonna turn too much, so it's not really a good disc to put on a hyzer and expect it to turn. You need the fourth number, which I didn't talk about, that's fade. So if you want a disc with the forehand flick to fade that way a lot, you want that fourth number to be high, 3 or 4. And also for right hand backhand, if you want that disc to fade, that fourth number needs to be high, then you can get some good right hand dog legs. But this one doesn't fade much. On to the next one. I'm not really finding the tee pad for this one, so I'll just throw from here. Why not? It's nice and scenic. Yeah. All right, so that's the river. Nice straight disc, a little bit of fade, and let's see. All right, finally made one. So I'm gonna sign off for now. It's getting dark. I got a lot of stuff to do down here in Florida. Search Ivan Katz Disc Golf, watch my Drivin' Ivan car videos, music videos, guitar videos, literal video for Chris Isaac's Wicked Game, and check out my Beatles in London and Liverpool, U2 in Dublin, Jimi Hendrix's Life and Death in England, and Jim Morrison's Life and Death in Paris. Search any car and Drivin' Ivan too. Thanks for watching. I'm producer Ivan Katz, aka DrivinIvan, here at University of Central Florida Disc Golf Course.